For our healthy living segment with personal trainer Stephanie Perry.
This morning, she is getting us more on progress tracking. Go ahead and take a look.
Today I want to take a couple minutes and talk to you about the importance of progress tracking. Now we all have goals. Some of our goals might be weight loss, some might be to put on muscle, some might be to increase our strength and endurance. Whatever our goal is, we need a way to track our progress. My first word of advice for you would be to stop getting on the scale. The dangerous thing about getting on the scale is the scale gives you one number, and we become obsessed with that number. We rely on that number to tell us that we're doing a good job and that we're moving in the right direction. The problem with this is that number doesn't give you a breakdown of how much body fat you're carrying, how much lean muscle and water you're carrying. For example, if you put on 5 pounds of muscle and you lose 3 pounds of body fat, you may see a 2-pound increase on the scale. And that can be super discouraging, but it doesn't necessarily mean you're going in the wrong direction. So I wanted to give you 4 different ways to progress track today without stepping on the scale. Number 1 would be to take progress pictures. Do this often. Take it on day 1, day 30, day 60. This way when you have a few pictures you can compare and you can really see a huge difference in your body that maybe you wouldn't see every day looking in the mirror. Number 2, take measurements. Measurements are a great way to track your progress and how many inches you've lost. Measure your arms, your chest, your waist, hips, legs. Every week, every 2 weeks, every month, however you want to do it. This is a great way to track your progress. Track your workouts. Track how long it takes you to run a mile. Every week, run a mile and see if you're shaving time off that mile. If you were only able to work out with a 5-pound dumbbell when you started, now you can work out with a 10-pound dumbbell, that's huge progress. Those are things that you really need to pat yourself on the back for, so we need to keep track of all of that. Number 4, how do your clothes fit you? Did you have a pair of pants that used to be snug and now they fit comfortably? I mean, that's a huge indicator of change and progress. So don't get caught up with that number on the scale. Try to use one or all of these ways to track your progress instead of looking at that number. And I guarantee that this is going to make your fitness journey a lot easier and a lot less discouraging. So I hope that helped. I'll see you guys next weekend. Bye.
Now to talk more about progress tracking, we are joined on the phone by personal trainer Stephanie. Hi, thank you so much for joining us.
Hey, good morning, guys. Thanks for having me again.
Hey, I loved what you said about tracking your workouts. Kind of maybe talk with us about some ideas that you have for people if they are interested in tracking their workouts.
Yeah, so just writing down your workouts is a good way to keep track of them. Writing down the workouts that you're doing, the size weights that you're using, how many reps you're doing of each exercise. And if you do repeat the same workout once a week and just write down any increases in weight that you've done, extra reps that you've done, that's a really good way to see, how much stronger you're getting, if your endurance is getting better. So it's just a really good way to track how far you've come.
Yeah, I love that, kind of tracking your goals and your progress. Awesome.
Sure.
And I liked what you said about just not stepping on the scale and focusing so much on that, but just focusing on your clothing sizes. I know I actually do that. I was telling Andrew I do that because I hate stepping on the scale. But I like going by, do my clothes fit me? How are they feeling?
Right.
How am I feeling?
Sure, yeah. So stepping on the scale is really dangerous, especially if weight loss is your goal, because a lot of the times the scale doesn't move as fast as we want. So to focus on non-scale victories is really important. So having a pair of pants that were too tight that fit you nice and comfortably now, looking in the mirror, taking those progress pictures, those are huge. Taking one on day 1 and then 3 months down the road, that's where you're really going to see a lot of your progress is through those pictures. So just doing things like that without having to step on the scale is going to make everything a lot easier for you.
And what's your biggest motivational advice for someone who maybe is feeling down, who has been stepping on the scale? What's your advice to them to just kind of stay positive?
Yeah, every fitness journey is different. So if weight loss is your goal, don't be so hard on yourself. If you know you're working out and that your diet is, where you want it to be, then just be patient. Have some grace. Give yourself some, time to, let your body adjust to these things. So if you're not seeing the number move the way you want to, just be patient. Just be patient and stop stepping on the scale. Just use those non-scale victories.
Well, thank you so much for joining us. We will talk to you again next week.
All right. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Well.